Check with your partner. Partner A, ask partner B, what is today's learning goal in your own words? And partner B, switch with partner A on that. So have 1 minute to share with your partner, listen to your partner, and be prepared to share out with the class. Okay? Go. Fernanda and Alejandro are already asking each other. I can see Natalia and Natalie talking to each other about it.
Okay, back up front with me in 5, 4, need your attention, in 3, have almost everyone, need a few more people, in 2, just waiting for a few ladies over here, thank you, and 1. Okay, Jenny P, can you share our learning goal out for today? Priscilla, make sure you're silent and listening. Make sure Elizabeth can hear you in the back. Okay, so the first one was to analyze the poem for details, and the second one is not sure. Okay, we're going to see if someone can help Jenny out on the second one. Second goal for today, Poyo.
Demonstrate understanding.
I don't know. So the first thing was to analyze the poem for sensory details. What was the second thing you're going to do?
To use specific events to build the reader's understanding of Maya.
And how are you going to do that? What format are you going to include those details in? What are you going to be writing? Okay, so can you now state the second learning goal again? Using all that information?
Demonstrate my understanding of Maya by writing a poem.
Nice! Okay, Jenny, back to you. So you didn't know the second goal, so I'm coming back to you because Elizabeth just told you and I want you to know it. About what? So you understand her point of view. Okay. All right. So our big questions for today. How does Maya Angelou use poetic language to help us understand how these different events impacted her? We've been talking about some of the events that have impacted her. And how can you guys include well-chosen details in your poetry to make it more effective, more interesting as you write a poem? Okay, so we are going to read a poem right now called Dropping the Bomb Was a Clean Job. This is an example poem that's going to help us think about writing a persona poem. So this isn't a poem that's related to the text in the sense that Maya Angelou is not going to talk about the Vietnam War in her text. The reason why we're reading this poem is because it's a really well-written poem that's going to help us think about how to write a persona poem through the eyes of someone else, okay? So this poem is, quotes a soldier from this documentary called Hearts and Minds who dropped bombs during the Vietnam War. So you can see a little bit what this looks like. Here's a U.S. Air Force plane dropping the bombs over Vietnam, and then here is a field of people, Vietnamese civilians and soldiers who are getting bombed by American aircrafts, okay? So this is the experience. The writer is the person who is flying this plane, who is the person dropping the bombs on these people.
Right, so as she was talking about, this is a persona poem. So it's a poem that gets inside the head of a character and tries to explain what the person is feeling. This poem attempts to show what it was like for the soldiers who were responsible for dropping bombs on Vietnamese civilians. So keep these points in mind and read along as I read out loud and try to get a sense of the emotion in the poem. All right?
So you should have the poem in front of you. I see Natalia has hers right in front of her. So does Tito. Just reading along, just feeling the poem.
Okay. So, what you didn't see were the women too weak to cry, wrinkled hands holding broken bodies, chapped lips kissing open wounds. What you didn't hear were the children, lost in the smoke, running naked through the burning fields, curling up next to their dead mother, waiting for her to wake. What you didn't smell